Hi, welcome to DY India Tech. Today we look three-tier application architectures. Before that, if you are new my channel, so keep subscribe my channels for latest content. Application architectures. Before deploy any sort of applications, we have to design application architectures. With the help of application architectures, we are able to deploy our applications perfectly, and the application architectures is helping to build your applications perfectly, and with the help of this architecture anyone can easily understand your architectures. So let me begin. A three-tier applications architecture is a modular client servers. The applications consist of a presentations tier and application tiers and our data tiers. The data tiers store informations that applications tier handle logic, and the presentations tier is a graphical user interface that communicate with the other two tiers. The three tiers are logical. So basically the tier 1 basically for is a presentations layer where is come your UI, all the images which is display on the website, and rest of the two tiers, that is the actual business logics and data which will store inside the third tiers, which is database. So all three tiers is very much important, and this three tiers is working with the together. So let me help you some basic sort of any application if you want to deploy in three-tier architectures. So you have to require minimum servers and minimum compute. So let's consider you want to deploy one website that is called a www.test.com. If you want to deploy any website, you have to purchase the domain first of all. So if you want to purchase a domain, you have to buy or the domains with the help of registers. So there are multiple registers available in the market, so you can refer maybe bgrock, godaddy. From there you can purchase the domain if available. Another things is to deploy the applications we have to require infrastructures. In there we have requires internet, firewalls, web servers, application servers, and database servers. So majorly we require 4 hardwares, or in terms of network device we require firewalls, because the firewall is the most important things to control the securities. So let me explain how is your domain if you try someone accessing from outside www.test.com. Okay, so this is not registered domain, this is just for considering a dummy domains. So once you purchase, let's suppose if you want purchase any sort of domain, then you have to resolve this domain to IP address, particular IP address. Then if you want to resolve this name to IP address, then you have to require one public IP address, which you will get from your ISP. So if you purchase this domain or any sort of domain, then you have to go in your domain logins portals, and there you have to define a record against your public IP address. So once anyone is trying to search in this test.com in Google's, then is trying to resolve in particular's IP address, and that in the firewall we have configured that public IP and enable the port 443s and 80. With the help of these firewalls, we can open port from outside to allow 443, and whatever request is coming to public IP address, we have to NAT it with our private IP address that is called as web servers. So once it's reached your traffic or your requests in the web servers, with web servers we have deployed some applications to handle that request. So in there we can deploy in web servers in terms of like Apache, Nginx and OHS. These three web server you can deploy in their web layer, and you have to deploy the SSL certificate on web servers. So once you deploy these web servers, then again your application servers is a different servers, and there is running. You can take any application servers which is compatible with your applications. So application server, there are multiple application servers like Tomcat, JBoss, WebLogic. So if you want to integrate between web server to application servers, so this is a possibility with the help of protocols, HTTP and AJP protocols. Once you enable these AJP protocols in application servers, then you are able to integrate your web server to application server request. The AJP port default port is 8009 and HTTP port is 8080 for applications. These two ports you have to enable in your application server itself. Once your application server is ready, and then you have to connect to database. For database, you have to define the database string in your application servers. Let's suppose if you are using JBoss, then you have to create a data source. With the help of the data source, you are able to query that database servers. So mainly this requires to connect the database string. In JBoss, we require the database hostname or IP address, database port numbers, username and password, and min and max connection. These 6 things we have to configure in database. Then we are able to connect from application to database servers. So once the connection is established, then the end users is trying to get the page. So these are the things we have to configure it, and if you want to configure value-added services in your applications, then you have to subscribe SMS and email service. If you want to consume external API, then you have to enable the port from your application server to external APIs. So with the help of your application server, you are able to consume that external API. So this is the basic things. If you want to deploy any sort of applications, then the basic component we will require. If the 3-tier architectures, then the 3 servers we require, 1 firewall is required mandatory for those things. and internet is required if you want to publish over internet. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, just share your friend and click. Thank you once again.